Have you ever felt like the older you get, the less time you have for noise, yet the world keeps throwing noise at you anyway? Have you ever noticed that what you truly want is not more advice from other people, but a steadier mind that finally feels like yours? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about focusing on your own life in old age with a kind of clarity that feels both gentle and firm. Not selfishness, not isolation, not cold independence, but a wiser focus that protects your peace and lets your love become cleaner. Buddhism has a very practical promise. When your attention is trained, your suffering decreases. When your attention isn't reined, even small problems feel like storms. Many people reach later life and realize something that is hard to admit. They have lived for decades on autopilot. They have reacted to expectations. They have carried other people's emotions. They have tried to keep everyone comfortable. They have tried to be seen as good and responsible. And in the middle of all of that, they lost contact with a simple inner question: what do I actually need to live the rest of my life with peace and dignity? Old age can become the most meaningful chapter because the illusions thin out. Time becomes more visible. The body becomes more honest. The mind becomes more exposed. And that exposure can feel frightening or liberating. If you treat it as a threat, you tighten. If you treat it as an invitation, you wake up. I want to start with a story because the path of focus is easier to understand when you see it in a real-life human heart. Imagine someone named Rose. She is 72. For decades, she was the center of support in her family. She helped children. She helped parents. She helped friends. She was the one who remembered birthdays and appointments. She was the one who answered the phone. She was the one who fixed problems quickly. People praised her for being strong, but inside she was often anxious. Her mind ran constantly. Her body carried tension like armor. She did not know how to rest without guilt. Then one year she had a health scare. Not catastrophic, but enough to wake her. She sat in a doctor's office waiting room and realized something. If she keeps living like this, she will spend the rest of her years in stress, even if nothing dramatic happens. She looked around the room and saw older people with different faces. Some looked angry and tight. Some looked resigned. And a few looked calm, not carefree, calm. Those calm people did not look like they were winning life. They looked like they had stopped fighting life. Rose went home and began searching for a way to focus on what matters. She found Buddhist teachings not as a new identity, but as a practical training. And slowly she learned 10 lessons that helped her return to her own life. Lesson 1 is to understand that attention is the real life you are living. Your days are made of attention. If your attention is scattered, your life feels scattered. If your attention is constantly borrowed by fear and guilt, your life feels like a constant emergency. Focusing on your life begins by respecting attention like something sacred. Rose noticed she gave attention away like someone spending money without checking a balance. She read stressful news for hours. She listened to complaint loops. She replayed old arguments. She worried about other people's choices. Then she wondered why she felt tired even on quiet days. She realized her exhaustion was not only physical, it was attentional. So she made a commitment. My attention will not be free for everything. She began choosing what entered her mind. This did not make her uncaring. It made her wise. The mind is a garden. Whatever you water grows. Lesson 2 is to stop living from comparison. Comparison becomes especially cruel in later life. You compare your health to someone who seems stronger. You compare your finances to someone who seems secure. You compare your family to someone who looks close. You compare your body to your younger self. The mind uses comparison like a whip. It says you should have done better. You should be different. You should be ahead. Buddhism teaches that craving creates suffering. Comparison is craving for a different life than the one you have. It turns the present into a mistake. Rose practiced a new question whenever comparison appeared. What is my real life asking of me today? Not what others are doing. Not what social expectations demand. My actual life today. This question brought her back to reality where peace can be practiced. Lesson 3 is to see that guilt is often a habit, not a truth. Many older people cannot focus on themselves because guilt keeps pulling them outward. Guilt says if you rest, you are selfish. If you say no, you are bad. If you prioritize your body, you are neglecting others. But guilt is oft unconditioning. I learned reflex. Buddhism teaches mindfulness, which means you observe mental states instead of obeying them. Rose began noticing guilt as a sensation in the body and a voice in the mind. She labeled it guilt is here. She breathed. She did not argue. She did not feed it with explanations. She watched it rise and fall. Over time, guilt lost authority. She learned that self-care is not betrayal. Self-care is the foundation that allows kindness without resentment. Lesson 4 is to treat your body as a teacher of impermanence. The body changes. This is not personal failure. It is the nature of form. Buddhism teaches impermanence. Everything condition changes. When you accept this, you stop treating aging as humiliation. Rose used to wake and immediately judge her body. Stiffness became a story of decline. Fatigue became shame. She began practicing a different relationship. When discomfort appeared, she said quietly, "This is change." She asked, "What do I need right now?" Sometimes she needed movement. Sometimes rest. Sometimes a slower morning. Sometimes medical care. She stopped insulting herself for being human. This changed her life because the body is where you live. If you are at war with the body, you are at war with your home. Lesson 5 is to practice the middle way in daily rhythm. Old age often reveals that extremes do not work. Too much pushing creates injury and bitterness. Too much collapse creates stagnation and depression. Buddhism teaches the middle way. Wise effort. Consistent care without obsession. Rose began walking most days but gently. She practiced balance and light strength. She improved sleep routines. She ate more slowly. She reduced late night stimulation. She did not demand perfection. She practiced steadiness, and steadiness built confidence. This is focus. A life shaped by wise rhythm rather than reaction. Lesson 6 is to observe thoughts without obeying them. Overthinking steals later years quickly. The mind replays the past and rehearses the future. It tries to control uncertainty by thinking more. Buddhism teaches that thoughts are events, not commands. You can witness them without being dragged. Rose learned a simple anchor phrase: thinking is happening. When fear thoughts arrived, she labeled fear thought. When regret arrived, she labeled regret thought. Then she returned to breath and sensation. The thoughts still came, but they did not own her. She discovered something liberating. I thought can be loud and still be untrue. I thought can be urgent and still be unnecessary. Watching thoughts is not passive. It is training. Lesson 7 is to release resentment because resentment is heavy luggage. Resentment often feels justified, but being justified does not heal you. Resentment keeps the nervous system tight. It keeps the mind stuck. It poisons the present with the past. Buddhism teaches that clinging creates suffering. Resentment is clinging to pain. Forgiveness is not pretending nothing happened. Forgiveness is releasing poison. Rose had resentment toward a sibling who never helped with family responsibilities. She had resentment toward a friend who disappeared during hardship. She even had resentment toward herself for choices made under stress. She began a slow forgiveness practice, not dramatic, not forced. She simply said, "I do not want to carry this into the years I have left." Some days she could release, some days she could not, but she kept practicing. Over months, the resentment softened. The memory remained, but the poison faded. Lesson 8 is to practice loving kindness, so focus becomes warm, not self-absorbed. Some people fear that focusing on themselves will make them selfish. Buddhism pairs mindfulness with compassion, so focus becomes wise and warm. Loving kindness practice trains the heart toward goodwill. Rose began each morning with a short silent wish. May I be safe. May I be at ease. May I be free from unnecessary suffering. Then she extended the wish outward. May others be safe. May others be at ease. She did not always feel it deeply. She practiced anyway. This practice softened her tone. She became less reactive. She listened more. She spoke more gently. Her focus on her own life did not shrink her love. It purified it. Lesson 9 is to simplify commitments so your mind can breathe. Aging often reduces the energy budget. When you keep the same obligations, you become overloaded. Overload creates irritability and resentment. Then people say, "Old age made me bitter." Often it was not age. It was overcommitment. Rose began reading her schedule like a limited resource. She asked, "What drains me without giving back? What gives back quietly?" She dropped some activities that were only obligation. She stopped being the automatic organizer. She practiced boundaries without long explanations. She let other people carry their share. As she simplified her outer life, her inner life became spacious. Space is where peace grows. Lesson 10 is to remember mortality so you stop postponing peace. This is the deepest lesson. Many people postpone peace as if it is a reward they will receive later. When family calms down, when money stabilizes, when health improves, when someone finally understands. But conditions keep changing. If you postpone peace, you may never arrive. Buddhism uses mortality as clarity, not as fear. Time is limited, therefore, choose what matters. Speak love sooner. Forgive sooner. Rest without shame. Stop wasting energy on trivial battles. Rose began a gentle reflection each morning. Life is uncertain. This body changes. Therefore, I will live today with kindness. I will not postpone peace. This reflection made her calmer, not more anxious. It made her clearer. She stopped rushing. She stopped proving. She enjoyed simple moments more. A warm drink, a slow walk, a sincere conversation. She learned that peace is not a future location. Peace is a practice now. Now let me weave these 10 lessons into a single day, because this is how focus becomes real. Rose wakes and takes 3 slow breaths before touching any noise. She feels her body and softens tension. She chooses what she will feed her mind today. She eats simply without flooding herself with agitation. She walks and feels her steps. She says no to one unnecessary demand. She responds with clarity instead of guilt. When a fear thought arises, she labels it and returns to breath. When resentment knocks, she releases the grip for 1 minute. She offers loving kindness quietly. She ends the day with gratitude and gentle breathing. Nothing here is dramatic, yet everything here is powerful. This is how a peaceful chapter is built, one return at a time. Rose still had hard days. The body still had limitations. Family still had complexity. The world still changed. But she was no longer lost inside other people's expectations. She had begun living her own life again. And the strange thing was that the more she focused on her own life with wisdom, the kinder she became to others. because she was no longer giving from exhaustion. She was giving from steadiness. That is the Buddhist promise. When you practice, you reduce suffering for yourself and others. When you live on autopilot, you spread your attention without meaning to. If you are watching this, and you feel you have spent years living for everyone else, start smaller than your mind thinks you need to. One breath, one boundary, one walk, 1 hour of reduced stimulation, one act of forgiveness, one kind sentence to yourself, one moment of choosing what matters. Now I want to ask you a gentle question. Where does your attention leak the most right now? Fear, guilt, resentment, comparison, or over-responsibility? And what is one small practice from today that you are willing to try to bring your attention back home? Share your thoughts in the comments if you want to. Your story might help someone else feel less alone as they learn to focus on their own life again. If this video helped you, please support the channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting. It helps more people find calm wisdom when they need it most. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take one slow breath right now. Feel your body supported. Let the shoulders soften. Let the jaw relax. And remember, focusing on your own life in old age is not selfish. It is practice. It is wisdom. It is compassion. It is the quiet courage to live from the inside out. Until next time, be gentle, be steady, and keep coming home to what matters.